Hey, Cancer. Hope you're doing well. It's a mid-September reading for you. It's not quite mid-September yet. I've been shuffling the cards off camera. I'll shuffle a few times on camera for you so you can see that they're shuffled. Wanted to mention that times are tough right now, so if you're at all interested in an inexpensive personal reading, um, one question is $8, two questions is $11 for the month of September. And there's information in the description box on how to get a hold of me if you're interested in that. Strength card on the bottom of the deck. That Three of Swords has been pretty persistent this morning. You're the first reading that I've done without the Fool in it, and several other cards that have popped up in every single reading, despite the fact that I shuffle many times when the camera's not on. So it's been kind of crazy. Give me just a second to take this in and to adjust that so you can actually see it a little bit better. I feel like there's an element at play in your life right now where you are wanting to stay. I doubt that you're consciously wanting this, but you feel unable to let go of disappointment and heartbreak and some illusions, basically. There's some things that are keeping you from seeing things clearly, and you are unwilling to let them go. I can't imagine that you'd do this if you understood the way they were affecting you. If you understood how they were keeping you trapped. If you understood how they were blocking you from perceiving and interacting with reality as it is. But you are refusing to let go of it. It's keeping you from transforming yourself, from acquiring abundance, from living an abundant life, the kind of thing that you would, I think if somebody asked you, you would say, yeah, of course, that's what I want. I want to have authority. I want to have, and I don't mean like you want to dominate other people or anything like that. That's not what authority is. Some people kind of get confused if you say authority. They think that that's a bad thing. But, you want to have authority in your life. You want to have authority over yourself, even. You want to feel sovereign and powerful within yourself, less triggered by other people and what they think or what they might say. You want to feel like you have enough, that you have more than enough, that you have enough that you could share, that you could offer somebody who has less, somebody who is less fortunate. But this attachment to feel like negative thinking and to wanting to stay stuck by this stuff is preventing you from leaving it behind and becoming more of that person that you want to be. But I do see that you are either at the point where that you are releasing that. I don't think you're going to have any choice but to release that. I think it's going to, if you don't let it go, you're going to be put in a position where it's going to be completely impossible for you to maintain living that way and holding on to the illusions that are comforting for you. And that's great. It may not be comfortable, but it's really, really good. And it's going to open up new doors. It's going to lead to an elevation in status, and you will have more authority. You will be more confident. You will feel more stable. I feel like mentally it's going to be very cleansing, and that in turn will help you create more of the life that you want. You'll see things more clearly, and therefore the actions you take will be more effective and will produce results that are more in line with where you actually want to go, rather than repeatedly creating these scenarios that suck ass. And you just sit there going, I wish my life didn't suck ass. And you're clouded by these thoughts that continue to support decision making that sucks ass and keep you trapped in a state where you just don't know how to move away from where you are to make a life that does not horribly suck ass. Like I said, you are getting to a point where you will have to do something differently, and it's extremely positive. And I feel like it's supported by the universe, even guided by the universe, ordained, preordained by the universe, overseen by the universe, and I feel like it will bring in people who support you, where now you may not have that. And I feel like these people, as opposed to people you may have dealt with in the past when you were operating under these illusory perceptions of reality, these people will actually be people who are meant to be in your life for real, not just people who are meant to come in and teach you lessons about how badly life can suck ass. I don't normally say suck ass in readings if this is your first reading that you've watched for me. But something about the way you have lived previously has sucked ass. So it's appropriate. And you know, these so I feel like you hit this point where the change becomes unavoidable, and it causes the maturation of your mental activity and thus your physical activity and the things that drive you forward passionately, which is where I'm picking up from the King of Wands and the King of Swords. And then after that comes in the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords as you're walking away from these past disappointments and period of prolonged suffering and illusion. And they represent, you know, a completely new ball game in these endeavors, in the way you see the world, the way you think about the world, and what you can create through your perceptions. Give me just one second. We've got, I don't know that I noticed this at the beginning of the reading, or if I noted it, I normally do. Strength is at the bottom of the deck. And also, I always, when I see strength, I always note the infinity symbol above this woman's head. And I do think that there is an element of strength that is called for you now, and that the infinity symbol represents the divine, which supports what I was saying before about these changes being divinely guided, divinely inspired. And your main thing, and this is a theme in my readings, is trust in the divine, trust in the path that you're walking, trust in your own strength to be able to navigate the challenges that you face, and that it's all to your benefit. And everything here says that this is all to your benefit. The things that you're afraid to let go of are actually the things that are holding you back. They're the things that are causing you to suffer. They're the things that are making your life at times feel unbearable and preventing you from being who you really are. I feel like this is all pretty clear, so I'm not going to pull any more tarot, but I'm going to pull a couple more. I'm going to pull a couple of oracle cards. And again, in between readings, I shuffle these decks really well, but I still shuffle a few times on camera so that you can see it. So contract is at the bottom of the deck. Sorry about that if you, no doubt you heard that. But, so we pulled strategy and all tied up. So I feel like this all tied up is, represents this, represents all of the stuff that you're afraid to let go of. I think it represents a couple things, and I'll try to hit on them before we close out the reading. But it's something that you're going to have to break free of. This desire to remain restrained. And it's going to require an element of strategy and thinking and planning to push through into this new stage of your life. So if you're worried about, you're going to have to decide, intuitively how this resonates for you. But if you are being faced with a contract and you are worried about the situation that will leave you in, whether if it will leave you bound, if you're concerned about taking on a job or something and you're scared of getting tied down by something that's not really what you want, it's not really where you want to be, I could definitely see that being the case. And you're going to have to decide if it is worth it or if this is just fear in your head that just simply needs to be released. Maybe that's what it is that's keeping you stuck, is that you are afraid of something like that moving forward, of maybe a new job or just a change of situation. I definitely think that's what all of this is about, really, obviously, is that there's something that you are afraid to move forward and away from your past from. Let me pull one more card, get a little bit more clarity. Attachment. I mean, it's just driving that message home again, is that you're attached, you're afraid to let go of something. You, to some extent, I think, want to remain tied up because you're afraid of what it would mean if the situation changed. But you're going to reach a point where you don't have any choice and you will have to move forward into a new situation. And it will ultimately be for your benefit, but I know that where you're sitting right now, it really may not look like it. I hope that that resonates for you, Cancer. I'm going to call it a reading right there. Yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your month. I hope you're able to sort this out so you can get to the point where things have shifted in a more positive direction, because that is what's ahead of you, even though I doubt from where you are sitting it looks that way. You just have to trust in where you're going. I hope that that resonates with you, Cancer. Take care of yourself. Bye.